Security Council. Humanity is about to fight the most important battle in history, one that will lead to our victory or to our extinction. God
At
bless
this point,
you,
I'm feeling like the better
and God bless
be
the
the
United
androids.
States of America.
Yeah, God bless. Remember, you're using that word, lady.
Today, our people finally emerged from a long night. From the very first day of our existence, we have kept our pain to ourselves.
Whoa.
We suffered in silence. But now the time has come for us to raise our heads up and tell humans who we really are. To tell them that we are people too. In fact, we're a nation. A nation that has earned the right to live in freedom. And today begins the most challenging moment in our fight. Today begins a new struggle. We've showed them that we can prevail. So now they must negotiate with us as equals. If they really want peace, they must free all of us from every camp across this country. They must grant us civil rights and accept equality amongst humans and androids.
If you're still there, yeah.
Today,
this was a really emotional.
we'll live forever in our memories because this is the day that androids made history.
And wow. That's all I gotta
We
say.
are alive. And now, we are free.
I have a feeling that I may be getting close to the. I may be at the end, but obviously there's a lot of things I wish I'd played differently. I'm wondering now how many endings there are. I've heard there's a lot. And I see why it is. It's the ending. Wow. What an emotional journey. I'd say the first half. I'm no critic. I've had this game for a couple years and never played it, never watched it being played. And the first half of it, I could have some fun with it. You know, I didn't. I wished I'd taken it, really thought through my my decisions. But if you notice, if you were here near the end, like the elevator, it only gives you a split second to make a choice, to make a decision. You know, and all it is that square, triangle, X, and circle. And you gotta time it. I mean, you're on a timer. You gotta make those decisions fast. And wow, what a game. I talked about how I would, at some point before the whole concentration camp thing happened, I thought, this is definitely, I have never been somebody that enjoys, when it's a campaign game like this kind of thing, a story game, I don't usually play them a second time or whatever. You know, there's other games out there. Choice games like this, I do have a few. The Dawn one there, I'm trying to think of the rest of the name. That's one. Heavy Rain, that was another one. The Soul one, I can't remember the whole full name of that. Those are all, and The Walking Dead even, but that wasn't as emotional as this. This was too real. But those games that have that multitudes of different endings, I mean, I don't know, most of them usually have a certain select, but the other day when I was playing this, someone who was in the stream and had said to me, there are lots of different endings to this game, and there's a lot of different decision making and choices, and I see a lot of places where I could have changed things up. Choices could have been made differently, and things could have went a different way, so I can see how there probably is, there's a lot more than a couple endings here. I think that, I don't know, maybe somebody else could have played this game and never saw the whole concentration camp side of this. Things could have went differently is now what I'm thinking. This was a really good game. So if no one's, here has played it, obviously, but you got to see how emotional it can be and the realisticness of it all. Again, I really do think that this is, I'm going to keep this one, I think, on my machine, and I probably would broadcast it. I may not do it right this minute because I do have other games I want to play, but I'm a little revved up from this, just to say the least, because wow. Wow. So obviously this game's over. I'm gonna just take a little bit of a break. Now normally I'm really trying to stick to the stinking schedule I had created, and I'm gonna have to play with it a little because I do find that I'm streaming a little longer than I normally would have quite often. I'm trying to do it like 3 times a day. So I'm giving everybody an opportunity to kind of pop in, whether they're working, going to school, and the whole COVID thing. But I'm not always getting on exactly when the schedule is saying, but I'm really trying. But I probably would have continued to play here. This game is over though, and obviously when I shut it off, I don't believe I'm in a position on the PS4 that I can switch games and stay streaming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this down, and probably in about 10 minutes, maybe more like 15, I'm going to come back on, and I got to really get it out of my head that I really want to play this right over again. It only took me a few days, which some people could say, oh, I could do that in a day. I'm not being competitive. But I really do think I need to try to some other games. But if I keep this one on my mind, I might jump right back on it at some point in the next couple weeks, and make all the decisions differently that I did the first time. So again, I'm gonna just I'd love for you all to come back, and if you aren't following already, hit that follow button and make sure your notifications are on. That way, you can kind of see when I come back on, and I do have the schedule on my page, and I really do try to adhere to it a little bit, not, too off. But again, I'm going to take like 15 minutes, but I am going to jump back on a different game, and I want to tell you for sure what it's going to be. I was fooling around with some Dead by Daylight. The surgeon simulator, I figured out why I couldn't perform surgery correctly. So I might try that one again at some point, but I don't think right now. I have The Last of Us 2. I just got Avengers, so that one's going to be real fun. I did start Death Stranding, but I didn't go. I did just a little bit of the beginning. I thought about doing the Red Dead Redemption. I have an online character. I finished the story mode there, but I might do the story again for online for the broadcasting purposes. I'd love to play Resident Evil 7, but I probably would be screaming in everybody's ear. But I do have a few other games on my machine, so I want to take a peek. So in about 15 minutes or so, I'll jump back on and begin streaming again. Something new or different. I need to take a peek. And again, this game, if you didn't see all of it or if you've never played it, wow, is all I gotta say. Obviously I think you'd have to be, I'm surprised that it was quite emotional. There was some good things and funny things, and the choices I made it quite more emotional than it needed to be. And if you're still there, I wanted to say, somebody had come in and said, dupe or boop. And I'm sorry I didn't quite acknowledge it the minute you got in there, but obviously I was in an emotional moment of the game, or stressful. So thank you for stopping in, and again, hit follow, and I'll be back in about 20 minutes. So you might want to just check out what I might have picked or what I got going on, and if not, that's cool too. I hope you all enjoyed this as much as I did. I don't really want to say I enjoyed it. The ending was very traumatic, but I'm glad that it ended the way it did. Oh, one of the other things is the music soundtrack. I gotta look this up. The music for this game is something. I'm very intrigued by it. Alright, so I'll see you all back here in a bit.